The Book of Deuteronomy is like a farewell message, the final words of Moses to the people of Israel before they entered the Promised Land. It's a book filled with reminders, warnings, and love, a message from a leader who had walked with God and with his people for 40 years in the wilderness. It started when the Israelites were camped on the plains of Moab, just across the Jordan River, looking out toward Canaan, the land that God had promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The old generation had passed away, and a new one had grown up, children who had never seen Egypt, but who had lived their entire lives in the wilderness. Moses knew his time was almost over, so he gathered the people and spoke from his heart. He reminded them of everything God had done, how he delivered them from slavery, gave them his laws, guided them with a pillar of fire by night and a cloud by day, and provided manna and water when they had none. Then Moses repeated the laws God had given, not as mere rules, but as a covenant, a promise between God and his people. He said, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength." These words were to be written on their hearts, taught to their children, spoken in their homes, and remembered always. Moses warned them not to forget God when they became comfortable in the new land, when they had houses, fields, and harvests. He told them that obedience would bring blessing, but turning away would bring trouble and curse. He pleaded with them to choose life, to walk in God's ways so that they and their children would live long in the land. Throughout his speech, Moses' tone was both firm and fatherly. He reminded them how their parents had doubted and rebelled, and how that generation had fallen in the wilderness. He told them, "Do not be like them. Trust the Lord your God, for he is faithful." Then Moses appointed Joshua as the new leader. God had chosen Joshua to take the people into the Promised Land. Moses, though he longed to enter it himself, accepted God's will with humility. In his final moments, God led Moses up to Mount Nebo, where he looked across the Jordan and saw the land, green valleys, distant hills, and the promise fulfilled. There Moses died as the servant of the Lord, and God himself buried him. The people wept for Moses for 30 days. And though he was gone, his words, full of wisdom, warning, and hope, remained. Deuteronomy is a book of remembrance. It teaches that loving God brings life. It reminds us that even at faithfulness matters most.